Right now we are living through incredibly critical times. The United States, the ideals and the values for which it stood for the past 250 years, is being tested as it has never been in modern times.
So, a rock star, a dancing fox, a housewife, and NBA fans walk into a shit show. No, it's not a joke, but Trump sure is. And all of those people that I just mentioned have piled on Trump this past weekend in epic ways. As Trump continues to threaten our allies in Denmark with an invasion of Greenland, and as he is currently invading Minnesota, we saw a variety of protests and law enforcement overreach in recent days that could only be described with the old proverb, politics makes for strange bedfellows. So, hit subscribe to Really American Media right here on YouTube. Please help us hit 1 million subscribers and go find us on Substack as well for additional content. All right, so America does not have a king, but we do have a boss. So let's start with Mr. Bruce Springsteen, who performed a benefit concert over the weekend, and he unloaded on our wannabe king.
Right now we are living through incredibly critical times. The United States, the ideals and the values for which it stood for the past 250 years, is being tested as it has never been in modern times. Those values and those ideals have never been as endangered as they are right now. So as we gather tonight in this beautiful display of love and care and thoughtfulness and community, if you believe in democracy, in liberty, if you believe that truth still matters, and that it's worth speaking out, and that it's worth fighting for, if you believe in the power of the law and that no one stands above it, if you stand against heavily armed, masked federal troops invading an American city and using Gestapo tactics against our fellow citizens, if you believe you don't deserve to be murdered for exercising your American right to protest, then send a message to this president. And as the mayor of that city has said, ICE should get the fuck out of Minneapolis. Well, this song is for you and in the memory of mother of three and American citizen Renee Good. Thank you.
Yeah, powerful words from an American icon paying tribute to a new folk hero, Renee Good. Obviously, I wish her kids still had their mom, but I can only hope that her death will be part of the undoing of the Trump regime, as we all know her name now and will not bend a knee in her honor. And the situation in Minnesota is absolutely out of control. Although we're supposed to have the right to peaceably protest, apparently in the Trump regime, there's no obligation to peacefully arrest people, as cruelty seems to be the point, as always. Here's a video of a guy dressed as a fox live streaming his protest in front of a federal building in St. Paul, Minnesota. Now, apparently, they had warned him that he could be arrested, but there was no reason to slam him to the ground other than the fact that these ice holes are all a bunch of little dick bullies looking to inflict pain. Now, normally, I watch a lot of law enforcement videos, and they would simply approach and say, put your hands behind your back, you're under arrest. And they would only slam you to the ground if you then resist. This is all part of a new right-wing talking point to just comply, like we saw in this tweet from Austin Ayers, a Republican congressional candidate from North Carolina. But the world is watching, and nobody wants to just comply to authoritarian rule. Here's some backlash that we saw to America at an NBA game that was held in London over the weekend. Yeah, that's how the rest of the world feels about the land of the free. We've been a laughingstock abroad for the past year, but now foreigners actually view us as a threat to them as we kidnap world leaders and try to bully an ally into submission. Here's some protest pictures from Denmark over the weekend featuring the orange plague statue that I've covered here before when it showed up in Brazil. You can go find that video for more. And on behalf of all of these sane people here in America, we agree Trump needs to leave Greenland alone. A lot of us here stateside are at a breaking point. Check out this woman from Nebraska who recently posted on X saying, quote, "When Caroline Levitt gets what she deserves, I hope it's televised," end quote. To which several mega snowflakes immediately replied with things like, "That sounds like a threat," or "You're going to jail." And apparently one of them called the Secret Service because a few days later, they actually knocked on her front door, and midway through their chat, the woman started to record.
What you're saying?
Yeah, I want to see your trials.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No problem. Do you go to a lot of the any demonstrations at all or things like that?
Why do you want to know that?
I'm just curious. For certain questionnaires we have to ask. Sorry, get the phone.
Sorry, I don't want to answer that.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Do you have any weapons in the house at all?
No.
Just curious. Okay. Have you traveled to any functions, Democrat, Republican, any sides? Any kind of rallies or anything like that?
I just answered that question. I said I
You
don't
don't
want
want
to
to
answer.
talk? Okay, fair enough. Okay. Anything else you want to tell me about any other statements at all?
No.
Okay.
What do you consider crossing the line on social media?
It's a very good question. I mean, so technically, obviously, you have freedom of speech, right? Everybody has that. Crossing the line is when you're going like a direct left, like I will go kill the president, or statements like that, right? So those are obviously different threshold. You know what I mean? And we usually present those to the U.S. Attorney's Office. Something like this, veiled threat. It's is it a threatening nature? Now that I know that you didn't mean anything by it, it's basically a non-issue, right? So it'll basically end here. I'll go back, read it my report.
Okay, so what can I do about the people on social media that threaten me and my home?
I would write to the local police and make a report. Right. Any other suggestions on that? Are you being threatened by other people?
Oh yeah, all
No.
the time.
Okay. No.
All the time, but I'm not going to shut up.
No, and again, you have the right to say that as long as they're not threatening nature.
Yeah,
Right.
I've never said anything about killing anybody.
Okay. So again, what you meant with this was, again, tell me one more time.
Like the trials, the Nuremberg trials. Like
Okay.
when all this shit is over, I
Yeah.
want to see all of them go to trial, and I
Okay.
want it to be televised
Okay.
so I can watch it.
Okay. All right. That's all I'm looking for. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for your time.
All right, guys.
Appreciate
Yep.
it. All
Thank
right.
you.
Have a good day.
Have a good one.
Yeah, wow. Now, in fairness to that agent, he does not seem thrilled to be there, and he is being cordial. But in fairness to the First Amendment, he shouldn't be there in the first place, and under any other administration, he wouldn't be. He said it himself. Crossing the line means making a specific threat towards the president, not a veiled threat, as he described her tweet. And that's even debatable. And her explanation makes total sense. Like many Americans, we want to see the Trump sycophants prosecuted someday, Nuremberg trial style. And yeah, we all want it to be televised. Because even though Trump won the popular vote by about 1 percentage point, as of now, the majority of Americans absolutely despise this man. Yeah, and that is music to my ears. Maybe Bruce Springsteen could write a new song called Booze in the USA. It's just a thought. And while we all await the midterm elections this year and our chance to freeze the Trump agenda, I need you guys to keep paying attention, to stay angry. So please like this video, share it worldwide for everybody to see, comment below with your thoughts, and get vocal. From the Vocal Minority with Nick and Steve podcast, newest episode is up now. I'm Steve Harness for Really American Media.